Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is PokeTCG Gamer here back with another video, and in today's video we're going to be going over my week 3 match for the CPC Majors, in which we're playing Phalop, aka the coach of the Dewford Drapions. Phalop actually, when divisions were being made, he actually put me in his division just so we could play twice. I've never played him before, but I have watched his channel. I've seen him battle before. Obviously I know he's very good. He's other than the CPC. I know he is or was in the GPC. Other than that, though, I just know he's a very good battler, and I'm definitely hyped that we get to play twice this season. Obviously, this is our second divisional match of the season. First versus Phalop, who he's coming off a win, and he's now 1-1. We are 2-0 atop our division of a bunch of 1-1 coaches, but obviously it's just 2 weeks in, and obviously that's going to change. I don't think we're going to be on top the whole season, but hopefully we can pick up this win versus Phalop. It would be very nice to start off 3-0, especially because, spoilers, we are playing Abe next week, who is 3-0, so he's definitely going to be a very tough opponent. So let's get into the team that Phalop has. He obviously bought those 6, but his full team is Lander's T, which is his Z-move user, Tapu Fini, Skarmory, Jolteon, Zoroark, Gengar, Tangela, Haxorus, Kangaskhan, Slowpoke, and Mega Gallade. Now, definitely when I looked at the team, one thing I noticed is no Gengar, which I was very, very surprised about. I only have one Ghost Resist and an Immunity, and both of those don't take Focus Blasts at all. So I was very surprised to not see that, but I was also very happy at the same time. Also, Mega Gallade not coming was a bit of a surprise, but he definitely has things that I could see why he brought them over it. But let's just get into the team that we brought. So we brought Celesteela, Salazzle, Crook, Lectivire, Latios, and Suicune. Definitely one thing I regret about this team is how many setup users I brought, and also bringing Suicune I definitely regret. Definitely gonna fix my team for next time, but bringing certain things I definitely didn't think I should have done. But definitely a learning experience, and we're gonna learn for next time. So the first Pokemon that we brought is Celesteela, which is offensive, speed creeping Jolteon after a Atomize, with the Z move flying with Air Slash, Fire Blast, and Giga Drain. It does a lot of damage to his team. Obviously, seeing the Kangaskhan, I'm pretty sure that's his answer to Celesteela and Salazzle. Probably his Fidef Wall. So definitely gonna have to weaken that first, and also weaken the Jolteon into range like of +1 Fire Blast or something. So yeah, that's pretty much Celesteela. It can sweep even mid to late game, depending on how much damage is done versus things like the Kangaskhan and the Jolteon. So next up we have Salazzle with a nasty plot set this week with just double stabs, Sludge Wave, Flamethrower, and Overheat with the Flame Plate. On his entire team, he only has 2 fire resists or 3 fire resists if you count Slowpoke, and he also has Haxorus and Tapu Fini. But none of those appreciate Sludge Wave, so that's why I am rocking the Flame Plate. Flamethrowers and Overheats do a lot of damage to his entire team. We are speed creeping the Gengar, I'm pretty sure, and obviously the rest in HP. So next up, we have the Crocodile. We are rocking a almost max speed set. We are speed creeping the Landorus with max attack and then 8 in HP, with Stealth Rocks, Pursuit, Knockoff, and Earthquake. Pursuit mainly because if we come in versus Jolteon at full health, I don't think he'd stay in, and Pursuing would be very nice because without a Scarfer, he does not have anything to check the Salazzle, which is very nice. So that's pretty much Crook. It was Choppleberry for the Gengar, and like to be able to eat a Shadow Ball and a Focus Blast, and then possibly knock off or Pursuit. but he did not bring that, so that set did not come to light. So next up we have Electivire, rocking a similar set that I brought week 1 versus Techno, with Volt Switch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, and Earthquake. We are speed creeping, I believe we are speed creeping, what? I'm not sure what we're speed creeping, but we do have a tiny bit of speed, possibly just to outspeed a speed creeping Tapu Fini. And we have Volt Switch obviously for momentum, Thunder Punch for a general stab, Earthquake for things like the Jolteon, and Ice Punch for things like the Haxorus and the Landorus. But that's pretty much Electivire here to stop the Jolteon from Volt Switching around. And I obviously have things like Mega Latios and Crocodile, which resist or are immune to Thunderbolt, but Signal Beam hits both of those very hard, and I definitely want a solid answer to Jolteon. So next up we have our Mega Latios, rocking an interesting set this week. We have Calm Mind, Roost, Thunderbolt, and Dragon Pulse, Calm Mind, Roost, Thunderbolt, and Dragon Pulse. Dragon and Electric Coverage hit his team very hard. He does not have a resistance to that, and if I can get enough boosts up, I could potentially sweep with that. One thing I regret doing is I did not speed creep the Zoroark with it. I only speed crept the Haxorus, which I definitely regret. It could have caused some 50-50s with Sucker Punches, but I did not even outspeed, so there's that. And the last Pokemon we have is Suicune. Kind of an answer to Landorus, but obviously Z, like Earthquake into like a Z Fly or a Z Stone Edge is going to do a lot of damage, even though I am max HP and almost max defense. And I actually did speed creeping wrong with my Suicune. I was supposed to outspeed min speed Kangaskhan, or no speed Kangaskhan. I just did not. For some reason, I thought it was a different speed, or I thought it was a different speed tier, or I just speed crept it wrong, and that ended up kind of costing me in the middle of the game. So that's pretty much it for this. Oh, and the Suicune set is Calm Mind, Rest, Scald, and Ice Beam with the Chesto-Berry. So there's that. So let's just get into the battle. I decided to lead off with, actually no, I'm just going to press play because I forgot what I led off with. So I just led off with my Suicune. This lead kind of prevented me from being in trouble versus everything, and if you got off at the Tapu Fini or the Jolteon, I have switches into those. So right here I just fire off a Scald. Obviously I'm pretty sure you're just going to U-turn out. But I just fire off a Scald. Obviously I can't burn the Tapu Fini, but I just scalded to scout the damage on the Tapu Fini, and it does 8%, revealing he's some kind of mixed spread, or possibly just no Spadef. I wasn't really sure. But I just go hard on my Celesteela, and he just Nature's Madness here, which is fine. I am now at 50%, but I can just fire off a Giga Drain, not wanting to set up just yet, as I just Giga Drain, and you guys are gonna see it does 30%, getting some nice damage off, and he makes a nice play here and just baton passes, knowing that I have good switches into his Jolteon, and he just wants to get momentum. So I could have predicted a U-turn here, but I decided to go to Suicune and take the Earthquake, doing 36%. And now I made a play right here, because at this point I wasn't sure if he was Scarf or not. If he was Scarf, I could go hard into my Celesteela. If he is Z-move Rock, he's going to reveal that right now, and my Celesteela would die. But that's just the choice that I'm going to have to make. So right here, I just switch into my Celesteela, seeing if he was Scarf or not. And if he went to Tapu Fini, that would have been nice, but he does go for the Z-move Flying, and he gets a crit. So, at this point, he's revealed Fly, Earthquake, and U-turn. If his last move was Swords Dance, that was a very, very unfortunate crit, because he could not kill me with the combination of Supersonic Strike into Fly. If he did have like some like Stone Edge, he would have been able to kill me anyway. But or like Superpower or something like that. Something that would have killed after the Supersonic Skystrike. But he does get the crit, so yeah, it's very unfortunate. Now I'm now in a position where this Landorus is a very big threat to my team. So I just go into my Latios, and I really wish I Calm Minded here, but I was looking at damage rolls, and I wanted to Dragon Post the Lando, because if he stayed in U-turn, he wouldn't die, but he would have been in range now of Salazzle's flamethrower. So right here, I decide to Dragon Post, obviously, and he's immune. If I Calm Mind there, it would have been a little better spot, but I just Calm Mind here, as he actually does miss a Nature's Madness, which is very unfortunate. But he would have been forced to taunt, and I would have only got off one Calm Mind, but I still would have been able to 2-hit Gale with Thunderbolt, and I think that either way, I would have been at 50% at the end, by the time this Tapu Fini died. So I just Thunderbolt again, as now I'm left at 51%, and I am still taunted, so he's free to go into his Landorus, which is obviously there's no Intimidate. It's obviously Zoroark, as he just throws off a Sucker Punch here, not making any risky plays, as now I just set my Stealth Rocks, I'm pretty sure, as he goes right into his Landorus. So I just set my Rocks, and now I just go into my Suicune, kind of sacking it off at this point, but also not really, as U-turn was a very obvious play, hits Crook super effectively, and hits the possible Latios. So now he goes into his Jolteon. I just go into my Electivire. He tries to make a play of catching my Crook or my Mega Latios, but I wasn't going to risk that, and now I just fire off an Ice Punch. So he brings in this thing. I calc it. He reveals the max HP, no defense, which is pretty much what I thought. So, and after this Volt Switch damage, he revealed to be Spadef as well. So I just go into my Suicune, and at this point I was like, I can live a return, and I can get off my rest versus this thing with my Chester Resto. But you guys are going to see, he does outspeed. I did my speed creeping wrong, and he gets a kill on my Suicune, which is a very big turning point in the game, because if I got off a Calm Mind, he did not have much for that. If I got off the rest and got back to full health, he did not have much for that. So right here I just go into my Crook, and I fire off a knockoff. As he goes into his Landorus, obviously does not have an item, and I just knock off doing 22. Now right here, this was a pretty important play in my eyes. If I had switched into my Salazzle taking a U-turn, I would have been in a lot better spot. I was pretty sure he wasn't going to Earthquake because of the possible Mega Latios, and U-turn hits the super effective anyway. But I did not make that play, and I just knock off again, and he does get the U-turn off, and now my Crook is pretty much useless. Now I can't switch into the Zoroark at all, and yeah, it's definitely, at this point in the battle, I was kind of sure that I was going to lose. But right here, I just go hard into my Salazzle on the rocks, and now he is in a position where he does have to sack something, because I could be like Specs. So I just fire off a Flamethrower, and down goes the Skarm. And now he goes into this, and I was calculating if he's max HP, max def, like I assumed. Flame Plate Overheat does 54 max, so I do have to switch out right here. And I decided to go into my Mega Latios, as I can chew a return and be able to roost up. So right here I just roost, and this series of plays, I just keep roosting and then Dragon Pulsing. As he returns right here, I roost again. As he returns again, and I Dragon Pulse now, as I'm able to live another return. And more roost spam, as he just keeps firing off returns, and I roost one more time, and now I fire off another Dragon Pulse, or no, I just roost again back up to full. So now I fire off a Dragon Pulse. He's now at 41, and he just returns again, and I just keep roosting, trying to keep my Mega Latios healthy, as return. He has not revealed Toxic yet, which I was kind of surprised about, but he just keeps returning, and now I can just fire off another Dragon Pulse. And right here, this was definitely a very big play in the game. I did just want to kill off this Kangaskhan. I did consider roosting, but I really just wanted to click Dragon Pulse again, because that kind of guaranteed me a kill. So right here I just Dragon Pulse, as he was bluffing this so well. He reveals the Sucker Punch now, and he kills my Mega Latios, which is a very big point in the game. I think he still would have won, even if he got that bluff wrong, like if I roosted again. But definitely was a nice play by him. So now I just go into my Crook, I knock off, pretty much getting me a kill there. as now he goes through his zero arc, and so I just have to sack off my crook now as he flamethrowers, and he already revealed the sucker punch, so I know that that's coming. So I just have to flamethrower here and take that sucker punch, and I'm down to 14. So now I know that unless his Jolteon is if he like speed crept wrong and doesn't outspeed my Salazzle, I win. If he didn't do that, I lose, because my Electivire is not speedy enough to outspeed a max speed Orlando. If it was, I would have won the game at this point, because I would have been able to take hits from the Jolteon and also check the landers with Ice Punch at the range it's at, but that was not the case. He actually throws off an HP Ice. I actually thought that was a roll during the game, but then I calced after it was not. And now I'm just able to Ice Punch right here, as if he wanted to choke and go hard into his landers on like an Earthquake, that's what I was going for there. As the freeze does not matter, because as long as his landers is speedy, or has like at least a little speed, he's gonna outspeed me. So right here you guys are gonna see he does outspeed me. He goes for the Earthquake, and we lose 1-0 to a 29 HP landers. So very close game, Phalop. We are now 2-1 plus 6. We actually do retain first place in the division for the moment, because we still have a higher differential than Phalop. But definitely was an unfortunate loss. Kind of mad about some of the things that I prepped and misplayed. But he definitely played very well, and congrats to him on beating me. My first loss in the CPC Majors. Hopefully we can rebound and beat the undefeated Abe next week. But if not, that's okay. That's going to be it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoy, and I also hope this is on time this week. But if you guys did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button down below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.